ahead and just press record. Okay, so today, guys, I am going to talk about a leader who goes the distance, a leader that, despite everything that is going on, they still push forward and they still kick butt. I know with so much going on in this world that it's hard to like stay focused on your dreams and your goals. So I'm going to be talking from the book of Genesis. The book of Genesis is like very near and dear to a lot of people because this is like almost like the foundation, I think, for a lot of the early leaders in the Bible in the Old Testament. So I'm going to read from chapter 12, verses like Genesis chapter 12, verses 1, and then like sprinkle in like some other places. So I just want you guys to like listen in context, because with this scripture for me, it really took me to have to read it just like a few times to understand Abram's, I'm going to use Abraham because his name changed over later on, and that's what everybody like knows him by. So just, it may be confusing at first, but really listen and kind of like gravitate how Abraham was successful as a leader. Because at first I did, and I had to read it 5 or 6 times. So the call of Abram. The Lord has said to Abram, go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse, and all of peoples on earth will be blessed through you. So Abraham went as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. Abraham was 75 years old. And I know like a few Zooms ago, like maybe a few months ago, I've discussed his wife, Sarah, and how they transitioned and how they both had to be tested in their faith with God and just listening. But what I've noticed about Abraham was a lot more understanding of God and didn't question him, unlike his wife. They both had different relationships with God, like to me, and my interpretation of it. So both teach very, very valuable lessons, especially like when we're going in life and we're trying to like figure out a lot of things. So he was 75 years old and he set out from Haran. He took his wife, Sarah, and his nephew Lot, all the possessions they had and accumulated, and the people they had acquired in Haran. They set out for the land of Canaan, and then they arrived there. Abraham traveled through the land as far as the site of the great tree of, I'm going to jack this up, Moreh at Shechem. At that time, the Canaanites were in the land. The Lord had appealed to Abraham and said, to your offspring I will give this land. So he built an altar there, and the Lord who had appeared to him. From there he went towards the hills east of Bethel and pitched his tent, and with Bethel on the west, of Ai on the east. And there he built an altar to the Lord and called on the name of the Lord. Then Abraham set out and continued towards where he was going. What is so amazing about Abraham, and what I love, just not even in leadership, just like basic in life, like in life, we don't know why we're in the situations that we're in, but we just keep going, and God keeps revealing things to us like over time. Like when you're struggling like with your finances, you're struggling with trying to conceive a child, you're struggling with, finding the right guy, but you don't know, and we don't pay attention to as people as to why God is doing this stuff to us. Like, why are you putting us through this? Why should and we question so much. I mean, it's okay, but we have to learn and grow and trust that God is going to do what he says he's going to do. So what I'm saying about Abraham is that God's relationship with Abraham is very admiring, because one thing about Abraham, he didn't question God. He just did it. God planted a vision in him, and God is I'm learning that, dang, this man is one of the best leaders in the Bible. And we all should, not only in our leadership, but strive to be like him. Because I've never seen someone plant clear and concise visions with his people. Like to say, I will make you into a great nation and I will bless you. Like, guys, that's insane. Like, just to think about how amazing he is, and we see different things. And look, guys, God talks to us in like completely different ways. He talks to us through scripture. He talks to us through what other people say. He talks to us in our prayers. He talks to us even when we're listening to sermons. He talks to us in worship. You just have to decide where God speaks to you. I know for sure God speaks to me through other people, and he also speaks to me in scripture. Because sometimes, guys, I just open my Bible one day, and whenever I'm struggling with something, something just pulls me towards a certain chapter in the Bible, and I just like legit go for it. And he always gives me the answer that I need. So with Abraham, when I mean, like, we should learn how to be people in our relationships and leaders that legit go the distance. And when I mean the distance, being fully committed to God, the way he is committed and consistent with pursuing us. So when the Jews in the New Testament days spoke of their heritage and spiritual legacy, they claimed Abraham as their father. Why did they give him the title father, a term of respect with leadership? Because Abraham went the distance. He went above and like literally beyond what his day-to-day roles were. So Genesis chapter 11:31 tells us that Abraham's father Terah set out for Canaan and from Ur of the, I'm about to jot these names up, Chaldeans, long before Abraham made a similar trip. But from some reason, Terah stopped in Haran and never continued his journey. Did Terah receive an original call from God to move to the promised land, but neglect to follow through? We'll never know. We do know that Abraham never made such a mistake. Although he made leadership errors, like we all do, like even Abraham's not perfect, Abraham always seemed to follow through on his commitments. Like, following through commitment. So what helped me, like when I'm trying to understand something, guys, I like definitions. I don't know about y'all, but I love definitions. So, and I also realized, like, in my leadership, like what I've seen it grow is I asked God to have leaders with certain characteristics, right? But I got like all these definitions on the back of my wall because I want to know what it means to be this. I just don't want to say I want to have grit and don't even know what grit is. You want to have faith, but you don't know what the definition of faith is. You gotta, just even in any relationship, when you seek out in a relationship with somebody and you want certain things, you gotta possess those qualities in yourself. But in order to possess those qualities, like in yourself, you have to know what they mean. Like you legit have to know what they mean. So, I guess I put it back. Oh, dang it. Yeah, I left it upstairs. I put it back. But it's okay because I have my computer up and I will do it the same. So, like one of the things, like one of the definitions I wanted to look up was commitment. So what exactly does it mean to be committed to something? And the definition term of being committed is feeling dedication and loyalty to a cause, activity, or job, a person wholeheartedly dedicated. So when you're committing to something, you are making a pledge to say that I'm going to commit to do something or commit to changing my actions every single day. That's why they say you should never commit to something, because nowadays you commit to something and you're writing something on a piece of paper. Literally on a piece of, like you're signing something off. That's why you should never just commit to something unless you're going to be fully dedicated to something. Fully dedicated means I'm going to be consistent, committed, dedicated to pursuing God's vision. And one of the other words that I saw was, like, for instance, like some of the things that I look for in my leadership is resilience. And I heard Morgan Carter say this the other day. I can literally teach people how to enroll, how to sign, how to post, but I cannot teach people to be resilient. What does resilient mean? Resilient means the capability of the power or ability of a material to return to, no, wrong one. Okay, here it is, because I was looking at another term. Resilience is the ability to withstand adversity and bounce back from a difficult time and toughness. Meaning, guys, if you, like when I first joined my business, like this business, I was frustrated because I was not signing customers. I was not signing distributors. It took me 3 months to sign my first distributor. 3 months, but I kept pushing and I kept going because I knew that the hard work would pay off. And when I got my first fast start, oh, you can tell me nothing. And I kept going because I saw the money. I was like, dang, I'm over here working a retail job, making $9, $10 an hour, but I made what I would make in 2 days at that retail job just by signing one distributor, one. And that put gas in my tank for 2 weeks, 2 weeks. So literally, resilience is one of the things that I look for. And I had like all the other, what was the other one? Perseverance. Okay. Perseverance, persevering, continue effort to do something or achieve something despite difficulties, failure, opposition, the action or condition of an instance of persevering, being steadfast and continue to do something in an effort to achieve success. Literally, some of the things that I legit look for when I'm looking to enroll people, just like even with your customers, guys, like, are they going to be consistent with using a product in order to succeed and accomplish their weight goals? So that is something that I really loved about Abraham, and they really pointed out in this Bible, in the excerpt, that he was committed to Jesus no matter what. You know why he was committed? Because God gave him a God-given vision. He showed him very clearly what his future looked like. And Abraham said, no matter what, God, I'm down for you. No matter what troubles, I'm down for you. So when God called him to depart to an unknown land, he went the distance. When enemies abducted Lot and his good, Abraham pursued the kidnappers and subdued them. When commanded to circumcise the male of his household, Abraham did that on that day. So imagine, like, I really went into detail when I thought about this. If I did this, if we as leaders did what God did with Abraham, and planted such a clear and concise vision, how would you think the people under you would act? Literally. If you're saying, okay, even if you like just joined this business, guys, you don't have any money yet, but telling people where you are going, trust me, people, if you tell people where you're going, this is the opportunity that I created and I decided to embark on. You know how many people right now want to make money from their phones right now? I tell people all the time, why would you go and get a second job? Literally, guys, a second job to pay you less than half of what your current job is going to pay you. And then guess what? You're stressed out, you're tired, you're exhausted, less time with your family. Especially the people who say, well, I could just get a second job, or, you know, I got 2 and 3 jobs, but don't you want to free up some of that time? Guess you're putting food on the table. So literally talking to people and saying, hey, I know you working 2 or 3 jobs, but what would it legit feel like if you did not have to work that second and third job? You can cut back one of those jobs and eventually replace your income in total and just keep making more. That's why I always ask people when I'm enrolling them, I always ask them, how much money will it take legit for you to pay your bills and do more? I mean, do whatever you want. And you don't have to Your goal should be to replace your income, but it also should be to do more. That's the reason why we left our job, to do more. So just imagine if we were like God and we planted planted a vision the same way he planted with Abraham, and we went full fledged. Imagine how many people will be excited, guys, literally excited. So, and when God asked Abraham to take his beloved son Isaac to Mount Moriah and sacrifice him there, Abraham followed through to the very last detail, being obedient and committed to him and his word. Guys, this whole Bible already got it laid out. The blueprint is there. God is the blueprint. He's the blueprint, y'all. In our hearts, we make the plan, but he plans. In our hearts, he makes the plan, but he plans our steps. Literally. So knowing the exact definition of faith as well. So knowing, like, we hope for things, but entrusting and assurance, putting assurance in God that he will make it work for us, that is faith. And knowing these definitions, guys, we can't pray to God and ask God and say, Jesus, give me grit, and we don't actually know what grit is. Do we actually need grit? I used to think for a long time, like in my leadership, that I needed certain qualities, and I didn't know I didn't know the definition of them. I didn't know. And it may be hard, guys, but let me tell you something about being in this business for 3 years. I came into this business saying I want to go double, triple diamond right off the bat. I worked my behind off, but then God was like, hold up. Your intentions are right, because God knew I was going to use that money and that bonus check to buy an Audi S3 Premium. I say that all the time because it's true. I would have did it. But I was not ready. My leadership was not there. My intentions were not there, and I would have cared about myself and not other people. And that's on period. I would have not cared about anybody else but myself and my promotion, and treating people as if they're a box. So knowing definitions and knowing like what to ask God for, because sometimes we may already have a lot of those traits, and like people will work hard. I used to work hard in this business, right? But I didn't have patience. I didn't have understanding. I didn't want to get to be a great leader. I used to think a leader was defined, like my leadership was defined by my promotion. No, it's not defined by your promotion. It is not defined by your promotion. It's a lot of people that are probably ambassador diamonds, but not really leading their teams in the full capacity that they could be led by. I'll just be honest. That I'm not calling out, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. But being a leader starts when you join this business. Being of Christian faith and believing in God is the best type of influence that you could ever have in anything. You already have the influence to go and tell people how God woke you up this morning, how God, each day you're blessed with good health, because guys, I promise you, there is something out there that you have a plethora of things that you have that other people are lacking. To be able to have a way to being able to have a way to make extra income. Because guess what? Everybody, it works. There's so many people in this world. I mean, I didn't really know how many people was in this world until I saw how many people were filing for unemployment. 25 million people filed for unemployment. Because in this blink of an eye, the government shut down and nobody had jobs. 22 million people. And you are in the position to make extra income right now with an amazing company led by faith and amazing leaders. But all it takes is for you to be committed. All it takes, like committed like Abraham. All it takes is for you to have resilience. And it just takes for you to want to learn and show up. Because when I first joined this business, I didn't know how to post the way I needed to post. Guys, I'm not saying it's gonna take you a year, but I didn't apply myself. Just being committed and laying down your plan, because the blueprint is here. God wants us to work hard, because I promise you guys, if he would have gave me the promotion when I wanted it and thought when I was going to get it, I would have not had a foundation, like at all. He had to break me down to my core in my business to get me to where I am now, to set me up for the promotion that I want. I thought I was making it when I was Ruby. I was like, I have arrived. But when I got to Ruby, I was like, this is it. Because mentally, like, I wanted more. Mentally, I joined this business to be triple, but I wasn't acting like one. Heck, I don't even know if I was acting like a Ruby. Your leadership is not defined by your promotion. It's not. My leadership is defined by literally enrolling people who want to make, who I know can see a change in their life. I want to see other people grow. I want to see women that look like me be able to buy property, own land, acquire the mindset that I am receiving. That will fulfill me more than any paycheck, because I know that every single day, guys, in my leadership, it is growing. I'm being tested, and I'm just like, God, at this point, lay it on me. But you will only know that when you have that time with him. It's okay to check out for a day and say, I got to talk to Jesus. Because guess what? When I come back out this little hole that I'm in, I'm coming back guns blazing. Guns freaking blazing. It's people in this business who are not willing even to commit to it. They get these big promotions and they fall off the face of the earth, because there's no vision being planted further beyond that promotion. It's like what Kelsey says, like she says this all the time. She says, doing 30 days consistently, showing up for your business, showing up for yourself, showing up and doing your KPI tracker. Because guys, it's really all the things we do on social media anyway. Like, comment, share, repost. So I run a little tantrum. So, because God like literally speaks to me like while I'm on here. So Abraham seizes what he sees. In a 21 qualities, this is why I really love this Maxwell Leadership Bible. So if y'all have not got it yet, y'all need to get it. It's so worth the $50 I've spent. So the 21 qualities that John Maxwell talks about, and one of them is vision. Abraham seizes what he sees. So lesson from Abraham on vision. By observing Abraham in Genesis chapter 12-22, we can learn the criteria for a God-given vision. A vision must begin with God's priorities. Like, God planted this vision in me that I can't get out of my head. I want to see women who look like me not have to deal with racial discrimination at work. I want to see women who look like me not have to deal, and it's going to make me cry, not have to deal with gender pay equality. I want to see them get paid what they're worth. So God initiated the vision, not Abraham. What leaders start with God's vision, they can more easily maintain direction and keep motives pure. Connect with the leader's identity. So, oh my God, this was so mind-blowing to me, because what I realized is that, dude, do you really know the people that you have under you? Do you really know what kind of people you want to help you grow your business? Like, if y'all think about it, your vision When you implant a vision in somebody, you sure it's not just your vision? It's like, come on. When you plant a vision and you give a God-given vision to somebody, it should align with the person's identity. Like, I'm all like Black Lives Matter. I'm all like for Black women. So when Kelsey implanted the vision that she implanted for me, she knew my identity. She knew what was important to me. That's another part, values. She knew what I love. I love uplifting people that look like me. She knew that, and she knew I was strong in my faith, and I was growing to be stronger in my faith. So the vision that she planted around me, y'all, was legit around my identity, around the person that I'm becoming, or the person I already was. So, and even the vision that you have for yourself, y'all, it's not like, just think of not even about the business at this point. Does your vision align with who you are? If you are into your faith, your vision should not be to open up 80 strip clubs. I'm sorry, I'll just throw it out there. Just being honest, is the vision that you have for your life aligned with your core values and the person that you are? That's all. So include others. Vision from God always involves blessing others. Vision from God always involves and blesses others. The Lord told Abraham what he would be blessed in order to bless many nations, which is precisely what happened through the birth of Jesus Christ many generations later. So what Abraham was doing was setting up himself, setting up for future generations. The father of all nations. Like, that is so like intense. I'm going to go deeper in this. Being bigger than the leader when you're planning a vision in someone. So while Abraham wanted to father a heir, God wanted him to father nations. All Abraham wanted to do is to father somebody to take on everything that he was building. But God already had a bigger vision. And I'm telling y'all, Kelsey did the same thing with me. I'm thinking, oh, okay, I just want to, be a diamond. And, but she's like, bro, you're on the bachelor diamond level. Like, I think you can be the next such and such. And that conversation will stick with me for the rest of my life. So I'm like, wait. Are you serious? Like, are you serious? So the hope went beyond Abraham's wildest dreams, even his own capabilities. Such a huge vision would take more than a lifetime to build. More than a lifetime, obviously. It took a very long time. Connect with the leader's deepest convictions. The vision that captured Abraham's heart mirrored his strongest values, including his desire for family and land. Does your vision align with your core values and convictions? And your deepest convictions? All Abraham wanted to do was set his family up. He loved his family. Literally. So, and that goes into when we ask people about their why, are we digging deeper to find out what values, God just revealed that to me right there as he's speaking to me. What values are important? This is something we should ask when we enroll children. What values are important to you? What values are, like he just revealed that, that's crazy. What's important to you? What values do you hold near and dear to you? And in that way, we can construct a vision for them that goes beyond just Ruby. Their kids gonna be eating, y'all. Like, literally generational wealth. And it's something that a lot of communities and a lot of communities of color, we lack in. So the vision must be tangible and easily communicated. God gave Abraham a tangible picture of the vision. Look at the sands on the shore, he said, and the stars in the sky. These objects served as visual aids to help Abraham embrace and fulfill his vision. How would an extra $500 a month help you? How would this extra $500 a month make you feel if somebody deposited that money into your bank account right now? What would an extra $2,000 a month feel like if that was deposited into your account right now? Because let me tell you, people know, a lot of people, they have never even seen more than $1,000 deposited in a month. And they're just satisfied with that. So imagine if you tell somebody, oh, well, twice the income. How would that make them feel every single month for the next 6 months? I'm sniffing. I don't have COVID. His vision, your vision that you implant in your distributors should have internal value. Internal value. So Abraham's vision went far beyond his life on earth and included more than wealth and fame. His vision would affect the external destiny of millions. And I'm going to go more deep into Abraham because it's just insane. So again, a God-given vision will have God's priorities, has the leader's identity. It includes and blesses others, shows the bigger picture, connect with his values and deepest convictions, easily communicated, and they have external value. Like, guys, like, you should just not even apply this. Like, now that I think about it, we shouldn't even just be applying this with our own distributors. Like, we should just be applying this within ourselves. What do we want in life? And how is this business going to take me there as well? Challenge yourself as a leader. Because, guys, remember, and I don't even care if you got nobody under you, not even a customer. You're a leader to me when you join this business. Like, you don't have to be an ambassador to be a leader. You don't have to be a diamond to be a leader. Lead with your mindset. Like, lead with that. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, guys, this was like really deep, and like God like really showed me a lot as I was reading this yesterday and today. So yeah, allow God to don't think that you're struggling because he does not love you. You're not achieving success in this business because he does not love you or your upline does not care. Like, I'm just grateful that I even have leaders, multiple leaders in this business that I can go to. Like, guys, we have one of the best teams in this company, hands down, because all of our leaders are so strong in all of their different ways. You utilize resources, utilize information, utilize other people. Utilize other people. Utilize your sidelines. Utilize the people that are around you. Be active in your group chats because, guys, I promise y'all, this business works. I was able to save for 4 trips with this business. It works. Literally, it works. It works. So take the time and the patience. I always say, even in my leadership, I said, if I dedicate 90 days to reading, having multiple conversations with my uplines a week, not just every now and then. And also enrolling and challenging myself in my leadership, just even with that, dedicating 90 days to do something and being committed as Abraham. I don't know about y'all, but I'm trying to be committed like that so I can and devote myself to my personal relationship with him and putting my head down and focusing, because I want to read them. I want that too. Dedicating that small amount of time every day and being committed and obedient to Jesus. 90 days straight, like, I challenge y'all to like really challenge yourself 90 days to bettering yourself and using in one. It doesn't have to be a full complete shift. Just making small changes to bettering yourself, bettering your life, bettering your relationships, bettering your finances. And I also challenge y'all, if you like, even in your leadership with your distributors, like what I started doing with myself is, and I heard Kelsey say this too on a prayer Zoom a few weeks ago, you want that extra $500 a month, you want that $8,000 diamond bonus, you want that triple bonus, but do you know exactly what you're gonna do with that money? I know what I'm gonna do with my money. I know what I'm gonna do. Do you know down to the T exactly what you're gonna do to the penny of that extra $500 a month? Imagine yourself next month with an extra $500 a month, and see like how it. See, I promise y'all, I bet you your whole spirit light up. Cause I like when people give me money. I don't know about y'all. I like to get my nails and hair done. So thank y'all so much. I will have this posted so you guys can like go back and through like the lecture. And I can't wait to see you guys next Saturday. Thank y'all so much. Bye.